Happy Sunday. This is Simon with AvaTrade, and we're starting our weekly webinar, Mapping Out Your Week Ahead. A special welcome to new people, and I'll just explain in 2 words what the title means. And it's very simple. We're trying to create a plan for the week, and my favorite quote from traders when they say, you plan your trade and then you trade your plan. Of course, there's no guarantee, but if we do spend a little bit of a time and get more organized, we do have better chances in succeeding in this game of trading. A few things about myself. My name is Simon Friedman. As I said, I'm a senior account manager with AvaTrade. It's officially 25 years now since I started trading. June of 2000, I started as a prop trader in New York City, and I did it for about 11 years. And after that, I moved away from day trading and prop trading, and started also to mentor and educate others. And of course, I'm very happy to have this opportunity to be helping our customers at AvaTrade. The agenda of the webinar, as usual, we talk about indices, stocks, commodities, Forex. We go through some fundamentals. We'll go prepare usually some slides with titles of the articles, and we'll take a look at economic calendar. And then we move to the charts and look at things from the technical perspective. Risk warning, you can find the full statement at avatrade.com. And of course, what we do here is purely educational. We do not suggest any trades. We do not give any trading signals here. Social media, please feel free to subscribe to Telegram, X, and YouTube, where you can find a lot of amazing information. You can find tutorials, educational material. Also, YouTube is filled daily with updates and webinars that we do. They all are being recorded and posted on YouTube channels. So if you missed the webinar, don't worry, don't stress, don't sweat. Just come to YouTube and watch it whenever you have time. Of course, if you are watching this on YouTube, please don't forget to click on likes. Only if you like it, of course. Don't fake it. Share it with people that might benefit. And also, if you have any feedback or questions, feel free to post it. Okay, so I mean, we can finish today's webinar in pretty much in 5 minutes. The highlight, of course, is the bombing of the US at the nuclear, I don't even know how to call them. It's not a power station. It's the place where they were enriching uranium. And it was a threat pretty much to not just the Middle East, but the whole world. So US took care of it with some heavy bombs and destroyed that program. As I was preparing the webinar on Saturday night, I didn't know about it yet. And then in the middle of the night, I actually saw that, and things are not the same. We'll talk about it when we get there. So first things first, Feds. We had the FOMC meeting where there's no change to interest rate, and it says right here the title. Fed sticks with the forecast of 2 interest rate cuts this year despite new inflation worries. So of course they are worried about the inflation, they're worried about the economy as well, but they still stick to the same plan pretty much. Here's another article. The stock market outlook just got hazier. Even the Fed is tiptoeing, and it says right here, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell probably spoke for a lot of people on Wall Street when he explained to reporters how challenging it was to put together the central bank's new growth and inflation projections. Now, we're talking about the press conference after the decision. I don't know if you had the chance to watch it. I usually watch the press conference. That's where the markets are moving a lot, the volatility increases. It continues here. Right now, it's just forecast in a very foggy time, Powell said, after he and his colleagues trimmed their near-term gross economic growth estimates while nudging the inflation predictions higher. So this statement in blue here, basically, it points out to the stagflation, right? When the economy is not doing great and inflation is going higher. So I guess we'll see how things develop. So that's what I meant when I said I prepared these slides on Saturday night, and here we go. What we knew by Saturday night that the bombers, the B-2 bombers, that were on the way from Missouri to the Western Pacific base in Guam on Saturday, according to various reports. And it looks like that was a decoy because also Trump saying that 2 weeks time he would make a decision of what's next. And then we hear things, and he actually spoke to the nation at 10 p.m. Eastern time. And this is the article past the event. Investors brace for unpredictable spillover in markets after Trump announced Iran strikes. I mean, I'm sure you've seen it. It's all over the social media, his speech and everything else. Powerful event. A lot of worries. Also, a lot of people approve it, and they feel proud of Trump and United States and the military and everything else. I guess we'll see what's next. Just speaking of this, definitely we should be watching crude oil, and we'll take a look at the charts. So I'll show you what are the possibilities. But there's something that Iran can do. Of course, they already threaten that any civilian or military person in the region is the target for them. And that's a big threat there. And of course, in return, Trump said that if any further escalation will happen from Iran, so this continues, and it's going to be more and heavier attacks following if Iran are trying to attack any Americans. So as far as the markets and the oil concern, there's something they call Strait of Hormuz. I hope I pronounce it correctly. And that's a passage in a way that connects the Persian Gulf to Indian Ocean. And about around 20 million barrels per day passes that waterway. So, and that's about 20% of the world's natural gas supply as well. So let's see, they've been always threatening to close that pass, and this time they might do it. Again, of course, it's going to shut down their own economy because they make a lot of money by charging each boat passing that. It's similar to what Suez Channel here in Egypt is doing, right? It's a major path that connects the oceans. So let's see if that happens. If they really close it, we could see skyrocketing the price of oil, and gas could be as well. Here we go to the Feds. I mean, it's nothing super important. Next meeting is on 30th of July. As of now, there's 10.3% probability of the interest rate cut. Here we have the economic calendar, and a few words just to explain to people that are not familiar to this. This is public information. You can access it on our web trader or the app, or you can just Google it. Again, it's available to everyone ahead of time. What I do here, I take out the high impact events only, as you could see everything in red, and the times here, I choose now the New York time, the Eastern time. So these are the things that are important for the upcoming week, right? Let's just go through them really quick. And after that, we'll move to the charts and we'll go through specific instruments. And before that, we'll actually take a look at the winners and the losers for the week. So let's go through economic calendar. We have the PMI numbers from Germany, PMI from European Union, PMI from UK. President of European Central Bank speaking on Monday as well. And global manufacturing and service PMI from US are being reported as well. Tuesday, inflation, CPI numbers from Canada. The governor of Bank of England speaking. Fed's Chair Powell testifies on Tuesday to the banking committee. It's going to be interesting as well with the new updates. Monthly consumer price index, the CPI from Australia. Another second day of Powell testifying on Wednesday. Thursday, again, governor of Bank of England speaking. GDP numbers from US, Japan CPI numbers, GDP numbers from UK, and Friday, the important number, something the Feds are watching closely, is the core personal consumption expenditure. So that's on Friday. So these things are upcoming, and these things are important. And of course, important to mention that as traders, we should be aware of these things and act accordingly, either avoid trading or prepare ourselves for trading during the news, whatever your strategy is. But why is it important? So we don't get caught by surprise with the spikes in the market and without knowing what's happening. Moving to winners and losers for the week. So in futures, we had natural gas up 8.8%, heating oil up 7.81, gasoline 4.87. As you could see, the energy is up due to the situation in the Middle East. Platinum up 4.09%. Wheat was up 4%. Crude oil up 3.61. To the downside, we have coffee down 8%, cocoa down, coffee down 9%, cocoa down 7.81, corn down 2.4. Interesting. We had the wheat up 4% and corn down 2.4. Usually they go in the same direction. Gold, there was some profit taking, I guess. Was down almost 2% for the week. Cotton down 1.5%, and silver down 1.11%. So these are the futures. And in Forex, we had significant moves. Dollar yen recovered a little bit, 1.38%. Dollar CAD 113. Dollar Swiss 0.84. I guess these two guys might have reversal this week as the war get intense, and could be the safe haven kicks in. So we might see reversals to the upside in gold, Swiss, and Japanese yen as classical safe haven scenarios. Bitcoin was down 2.17% for the week. Pound dollar down 0.91, New Zealand 0.84 lower, and Australian down 0.61%. All right, now let's move to the charts, and we'll take a look what's happening there. We'll start with indices, of course. China, as you could see here, was stuck in the middle of this channel. Nothing is moving there. We had spikes up, spikes down, and we're still sitting there within that middle of the channel, playing with all day pretty much 200, 150, they're pretty much in the same area almost. So nothing yet on China. We had retest or double tap here on a Japanese Nikkei, as you could see here, but we didn't have any power to move further. So the last 2 days of the week, we had a down move on Japanese index. As you could see here, this level from May 12th, 38,805, this market here, it remains strong resistance as of now. So as of now, we're having a hard time going higher. So the sellers could come in, the buyers could give up maybe. Again, a lot of it we'll see when the market opens, since this Saturday bombing. US indices, S&Ps, similar story here. We are trying to break this level of 60,068. This is from February 24th here, when we tried to move higher, and then the whole move down triggered there. So we're still sitting here in a tight channel with the spikes up and down, closing at 6,025.5. Again, for all the, just to be clear, since this bombing, it's a lot of uncertainty. Will things escalate more? Will be a full-scale war? Nobody knows. And we should definitely see some volatility in the market. And if the market chooses to sell, of course, the indices will follow to the downside, and individual stocks as well. Here we go. NASDAQ, same thing. Last week, we did try to break this level of February 21st. We did have a little bit of a tail here. I think that was Monday. And since then, we were not able to break to the upside, but we're holding this level here around 21,800. Dow Jones, it looks weaker. We are still below the 200 moving average here. We are trying to or struggling to break through the level of March 26 here. We didn't even get there close to it. So out of 3 US indices, Dow Jones the weakest. The previous week we did hit that level, but we are trading below the 200 moving average here. Germany, as we said, I think a week or 2 weeks ago, that we might see some correction, and it is happening the second week. We're moving lower on the DAX. As you can see here, the previous week was a strong move that erased the previous 3 weeks of advanced move, and this past week also we're in red, but closing within the week previous. So that's on German DAX. Here we go. UK FTSE also double top here from March 3rd. Few attempts to break through. We couldn't. 2 consecutive days to the downside. The question is how we will act when we reach, if we reach 87.05. This was a strong resistance here that became support for a few weeks. So if we continue lower, we should be retesting this 87.05. And if we break lower and start building some price action below, we might continue lower. And if we are holding this level and the market actually is positive, we could see either continuation or we could see some consolidation within the channel. So that's as far as indices. Individual stocks, definitely we should be watching oil stocks. They already had a nice move to the upside. Exxon and Chevron moved nicely. Chevron looks weaker. It's still below the 200 moving average here. Exxon broke through it in the middle of the week. So those two we'll be watching. We should definitely watch Tesla. It's all over the news with the robo-taxi. I don't remember details exactly. I think it was supposed to kick off on the 12th of June, but being pushed a little bit later. But still, Tesla is trading around $320. We did close at $321.60. We are above 50, 100, and 200 moving averages here. We did close the gap and holding strongly within that space there. I would watch banks. I always bring it up. Banks, they've been super strong here. But as you know, if the market turns south, banks should be reacting as well, or could be reacting as well to the downside. As of now, they're looking very strong, the bank sector. Also, definitely, we should be watching the NVIDIA, the AI king or queen, I'm not sure. NVIDIA, as you could see here, we are trying to hold this level between 140 and 145. This is the tipping point when the sell-off started. That was February 18th. The high here was 143.33. As you could see here, we do try to have some tails trying to break through it. Somehow we're still holding it. And if market goes south and NVIDIA breaks below, I mean, with this threat, again, I don't want to predict anything, but uncertainty always triggers selling. So it could be that we might see Monday, the equity, the individual stocks could be gapping down. So we might see actually NVIDIA including gapping below this 143 level and showing some weakness together with all the market. Okay, so this is the thing, and I guess there's no reason to outguess the market or predict the market. When it opens, we'll see what's happening. Now, moving to commodities. I'll start with the oil, even though it's not the first on the list with the winners and losers, but it's going to be in focus for sure. And what's important to realize here, this is the 13th. That's where Israel had the initial bombing of the nuclear facilities in Iran. High here was 77.58. There was one quick spike there. And then since then, we didn't manage to reach it. I'll just show you this here. This was the spike, the initial spike in the middle of the night when it happened. So far, we didn't manage to reach it. Of course, the situation now is more severe with the US entering into this war. And first, when the market opens, we could see, I don't want to say we will or we must, but we could see that level broken. Okay, so if only when Israel started the situation here, we reached the 77.58. Now things get more intense. We might actually see that, and if we're moving higher, the next checkpoint is 80.75. This is the level from January. This was the high before we actually moved lower. And if you go see the big picture, if we pass that, we might see the last year's level. June 30th was 84. And the major level, it's around 94, 95. That's what we had, this major retest. This is the weekly chart. Now, some analysts are panicking, again, going back to this Strait of Hormuz, where the Iran might close that water passage, and that would spike the prices super high of oil and natural gas. So let's see. Okay. So again, we're not going to speculate and predict things. We'll just see how things develop. Now, also, one more thing before we move into commodities. I mentioned it a few times. Now it's important. You have SQQQs. This is the ETFs, as you could see, a ProShare Ultra Short QQQs. So this is it goes the opposite of triple Qs of Nasdaq ETF. When Nasdaq sells, this thing moves higher, and it could have significant moves. Just to give you an idea, this was the move back in March when we moved from 33 all the way to 56 in 2 weeks or less. Then we had a move down in 1 day. So this could move significantly should we see some panicky selling on the equity market. So this is the SQQQs, and another ETF is UVXY. It's VIX ETF. So the same thing here. The market was selling. We had a huge jump from below 20 to 52, and now we're sitting here. If the market gains a lot of volatility, we might see UVXY moving higher. So those two ETFs worth watching. Okay, back to commodities. We'll go through the winners and losers really quick. The champion for the week was natural gas, up 8.8%. It was much higher, but Friday it sold after breaking through $4 mark. We did close at $3.89. We might see actually gap up since the latest event. Heating oil up 7.8%. We did test this high from January and we moved lower. Gasoline is the strongest out of this. It didn't really sell on Friday. Looks very strong. The level of resistance here from April 2nd is 234.38. We closed very close to that level. Just draw the approximate line here. So this is the gasoline. Crude oil we saw already, right? Platinum. If you remember platinum, I showed you the whole article, I think twice, where some analysts predicting platinum catching up with gold price. So we did have a huge move in platinum. So far it continues. So far we are in an uptrend, holding nicely. This is the third week to the upside. And we did have a correction on Thursday and Friday. That's on platinum wheat. Nice move to the upside, a little bit of a profit taking on Friday. And crude oil was so already, that was the other. So we had natural gas, heating oil, gasoline, platinum wheat, and crude oil as champions. Now we're going to see the losers for the week. Coffee. Coffee, interestingly enough, is coming to a very significant point here. You could see here with a double bottom here before moving higher. And we did hit this level, a level of December 31st of last year. And we are holding that level here around 311. It was down 9% for the week. The big question is, will we move lower here? Will we consolidate before moving higher? We'll find out. What happened here was a few week consolidation, pretty long one within this tight channel before we broke to the upside. Clearly, you could see the trend is down, and the key point is, will we hold this current level around 311 or not? Cocoa. Cocoa we've been talking a million times about. We came to this level here around 8,400. We retested the previous support and we bounced. Still, Friday was a super weak day for cocoa. Let's see what this upcoming week brings. Corn, as I mentioned, it didn't go in the same direction with wheat. It's been showing a lot of weakness here. And similar to coffee, we're coming to a strong level of support here. So you could see here, we had a few attempts to break lower. We established a nice support, and then we moved higher starting December 5th of last year. And we did come to that level again. So definitely worth watching. Corn, will we hold this level in reverse, or should we break it and move lower here? Gold, again, safe haven. It did have a down week. Pretty much every session was in red, right? The Friday I think was flat. Let's see, opening 33.68.60. Wow, it lost 60 cents on Friday. So it tells you something, right? The selling really slowed towards the Friday, but every week we had the red day. The question is, will it gap up and continue higher with this war getting more intense in the Middle East? So that's gold, down for the week almost 2%. Cotton, the other one, is also clearly downtrending here, down 1.59%. And silver, after being super strong lately, it had a down week. Nothing major. After this huge move to the upside, we are holding the top range or the top area of that huge candle here. Still down for the week, 1.11% on silver. Okay, so again, out of the whole group, we have energy that was strong last week. We might see continuation due to the events in the Middle East. And gold might trigger again the safe haven for the same reason. Let's move to Forex, and we start with dollar index, see how it looks. If we take things chronologically, we came with a big sell-off. We came to the 97.65. That was back on April 21st. Then we had that move to the upside. Then lower, we made a lower high, a lower low, lower high again. So we're clearly in the downtrend, but we're kind of slowing here. The selling slows, and we actually have some attempts to move higher here this past week. 97.65 level is holding. So if we take the winners and losers for the week, let's take a look at them. So the biggest winner here among the major was dollar yen. You can see here on the weekly chart, we did have a nice weekly move here, and we did close above 100-day moving average here. USD CAD as well. I raised this question to my team. Usually when the oil is going higher, the CAD is moving with it as it correlates with the oil prices. As of now, actually dollar was much stronger than Canadian dollar here. So let's see if hypothetical, let's say, move of oil due to the situation will actually help the Canadian dollar to get stronger. As of now, USD CAD, it was up 1.13% for the week. And just remove this line, I don't know what's here. And it looks like we're having this kind of resistance here, local resistance on USD CAD. USD Swiss, just to remind us, last week we had actually 4 interest rate decisions, right? Swiss National Bank, Bank of Japan, Bank of England, and US. I think 3 no change, and Swiss, they changed it from 0.25 to 0. So that could be a little weakness added to Swiss franc, but still, the scenario is still there. The safe haven, the three participants remain gold, Swiss, and Japanese yen, Swiss franc and Japanese yen. So let's see how those 3 are acting in this upcoming week due to the Middle East situation. Bitcoin was down to 2.17%. So you could see here, we did break this past week, we did break through 50-day moving average here. Currently, we're trading at 102,200, right between the 99,600, that was the level, and 106,400. XRP, well, getting closer to that $2 mark here. We had a lot of weakness showing here on XRP, and as you could see in the current level, there was a lot of action. So far, we've been holding the $2. Let's see if it happens this time, or will we break through $2 and continue lower. That's it pretty much with the individual markets. Let's just combine it all together and try to organize our thoughts a little bit. So we had Feds, a lot of uncertainty, still 2 cuts till the end of the year. And the highlight, of course, is over the weekend, the heavy bombers bombing the nuclear facility in Iran. Iran is threatening to escalate and threatening attacks on US civilians and military. When the market opens, we could see a spike in oil and gas prices. we could see a spike in safe haven instruments, gold, Swiss franc, and Japanese yen. We could see the gap down in equity markets, should it be indices or individual stocks. It's going to be an interesting week. We have Powell testifying 2 days in a row. We have some inflation numbers, some economic numbers for the week. So it's going to be an intense week. And I hope all of you get rest and energy for this upcoming week. Don't forget about the social media channels. Get some rest, get some energy, spend some quality time with your families, and have a successful and profitable week. All the best.